Being head of project of Donimalai iron ore mine in Karnataka, as you all are aware that 18 months back all the mines in Karnataka were closed and only 2 mines of Donimalai were permitted to operate, and a challenge was given to us to produce up to 1 million ton per month. Sir, if it would have been taken as a constraint or problem, we could have not come to this stage. We took it as a challenge, and with the support and guidance of our top management of NMDC and regulatory and governing agencies in the government, we could achieve not up to the 1 million ton, but we have touched almost 0.94 million ton in March, and in total year we could achieve 8.2 million ton. And this is with a, I will not say is a constraint, now it is to be taken as a challenge that evacuation of lump ore has been a problem in the our country. Sir, as we go back, that earlier the fine ore 20 years back, if we see, the fine ore we used to dump in the valleys, and now after upgradation of technology, the same fine ore started going to the steel industries, and lot of money could be earned out of that. But when there was a ban on export of the fine ore, especially low-grade fines, then steel industries started thinking in this line, and they started creating pellet plants and sintering. With this process, they increased the consumption of fine ore and low-grade fines, with the result that consumption of lump ore has gone down. Some slide is there on GDP, which has been discussed, and I would not like to take time on this. These are some GDP figures are there. National policy already a lot has been discussed, and I will directly go to the subject. So this constraints based on key performance indicators has been given here. First is operational constraints, geological, geophysical constraints, and infrastructural constraints. Now, in considering the present status in Karnataka, these are the 3 issues which I have already discussed something about lump ore. Now, CEC guideline for fixing of annual production capacity for iron ore mines in Karnataka. Now, this issue is really a burning issue, but it is a helpless situation. It is because it is a decision of the Supreme Court. Now, it is not a constraint, it is a situation. So now, if we take it as a situation, we will respond to it, and if we respond to it, then we have to work out the strategy and action plan to come out of this situation and review the present setup, and then what will be the new setup for the reduced capacity. Of course, wherever there are total permanent infrastructure and organization setup is there for them it will be a big problem, but where the mines where temporary type of setup is there, like portable crushing plant, screening plant, and then they can go for reduction easily. And this is opportunity also, wherever waste mining, some backlog is there, we can attend to it and we can improve the mine. If we react on it, then I would say like this: having putting a cap on the increase of the production of mines will in turn hamper the growth of the industry. The mines which have already been developed with certain infrastructure and capability as approved ones will have to operate with reduced capacity, resulting into more production costs and will disturb market equilibrium and will not be in line with the free economy and national mineral and steel policy also. So this is let the market factors like demand and supply to decide these things in automatic and dynamic manner and not by controlling it by putting a cap on the production. For maintaining environment and ecology of the area, life cycle assessment of existing mines through R&R accordingly. So this is what a reaction from the industry or from the individual mine owner, and then since it is a helpless situation, he has to respond and come out with the revised action plan. This is what I want to say here, that if the things are taken as a problem, we will react. In reaction, we will not be able to do much. So if we respond, we can act on it and have a action plan according to the situation. Then second situation is poor bidding for Lumpur. Now reaction. My reaction of industry, if I react, then since exports have been banned in Karnataka, which was mainly in the form of fines and LG fines, in recent times, availability of fines have increased manifold for domestic market, and due to that, most of major steel plants have already installed their own sinter and pellet plants, and some of them are in the process. It is observed that consumption of lump has gone down drastically in e-auction process. We have found that number of customers buying iron ore lump has also gone down due to various reasons known to us, as most of the sponge iron plants have stopped production. Already huge stock of lump ore has been created, and when all category A and B mine will start production, I am afraid that lump ore stock position will further build up. Maybe sponge iron plant may start consumption of lump again, come to normal, but situation has been critical. Steel industry should understand that without producing lump ore, they will not be able to get sufficient fine ore, and it may affect their efficiency also. Therefore, instead of importing lump ore, they must concentrate on the reality and start taking lump ore to strengthen the position. This is reaction, but if I respond, then I have to work out alternative strategies, and I will calculate what is the lump ore coming in import, what is the price, and what I have to do to sell my lump ore, and I will compete with the import price. That is what respond. So this is what it is being imported. So import is a policy decision. It is not in our hand. So we should not waste our time unnecessarily and act quickly to see that our production does not suffer for want of stock, lump ore and saturation of lump ore. And third is e-auction. Now in e-auction, we know that monthly auction has started. Earlier weekly e-auction was there. So if we should see the e-auction, we don't know who will be the customer. We don't know how much lump will be lifted, how much fines will be lifted. Only some advantage we are getting in price, but as far as lifting is concerned, we are unsure. So if reaction is there, then I will just talk to the regulatory and governing agencies and waste my time. So what can be done in our mines to minimize the lump ore recovery? How I can stock the lump ore, or as I said, how to compare with the cost of imported lump ore. Then only solution will be there. So without wasting much of time, we should start responding and find, then automatically solutions may come out. May not come out also, but certainly will do some work, some positive work. And as I was talking to you, that there is a difference between fine ore and lump ore. Earlier days when fine ore used to be dumped in the valleys, we cannot dump lump in this way because lump ore is a different product and we will waste lot of material and quality in that. So that it is a lot of serious thinking is required in this aspect. You can see one photograph stockpile. You can see the stockpile at our Donimalai mines. You can see the lump ore is full and fine ore is empty. So this forum, I want to say that we should organize a forum where we should call our friends from steel industries also and have some solution for these problems, because ultimately they will also get affected if they don't get fines. Then another burning issue in our all over India, we have seen recently a committee was formed to study the tailing dam in Belladilla. I was made as a chairman. We had gone and studied. We have found that all the tailing dams are full and we are forced to do dry operation. So a solution has to be find out. For that we have to sell that through e-auction, and since technology has improved, we can get lot of market for that. Anyway, this is handling of tailing is also a very difficult task. We have experience for last 2 years. Actually, we started desilting in the tailing dam last 2 years back and found that lot of difficulties are faced when, because water is there beneath, the alumina content is more in the slime. So hydraulic showers will get pressed. So we want to use some new technology, and for that we have seen some of the areas and found that hydraulic recovery of tailing by using a floating dredger will be beneficial. And then already we have taken action for beneficiation plant and pelletization plant for value addition. You can see the tailing dam, if it is properly, it has to be properly managed, and we have to divide the tailing dam into number of blocks to have a close monitoring and control desilting. This way we have been doing desilting in a phased manner. So this is water, whatever water is coming to tailing dam, we are recirculating and using in screening plant. This is the photo showing the dredger. This is the photo showing tailing dam, pellet plant. This pellet plant photo has been taken from tailing dam side. This is challenging because there is an advantage of location, because the shifting of the slime will be easy. At the same time, there is a threat also because it is located just below the tailing dam. However, we have taken corrective measures and tailing dam height has been increased and there is no threat as such. We have to do desilting and create a space in the tailing dam. These are the constants. There are some other issues, constants, reserves. We have found that there are some companies who are doing very systematic investigation, but at the same time there are some companies who are not doing investigation, and especially when neighboring mines are there, they are taking advantage of the investigation data of nearby mines, and based on that they are going in deep level. Before this mine goes deep level, they already go to the deep level. This is the situation which has created problem, and which because of that closure of mines has happened. Online data emphasis should be given, R&D sufficient emphasis should be given, potential of mining, or of course there is some underground mining suggestion is there. Lot of money to be invested on mineral exploration, scientific mine planning, already lot of emphasis is there. Achieving ultimate pit limit. I want to say about this ultimate pit, generally it is seen that we see the ultimate pit at surface, but it is not true. The ultimate pit is designed based on the level up to which you have to work. So there is a necessity of monitoring the pit in the depth wise also. And we have found that when ore body geological investigation is done, it is continuing even after investigation, and based on proved results, we fix some level for mining. But since ore is continuing, when mining is done and ore is found, without further investigation, it is mined. And then we forget about the ultimate pit at the ground, and with the result, it is either there is an unsafe situation is created or we go out of the mining limit.